Please tell me he's really dead. Please don't lie. Don't lie. Don't lie to me. Do I hear Christmas bells in the...
Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So the last video was the first video that I put up where we were looking at the darker side of what happened with Charlie Kirk. I did my best efforts to avoid it at first, guys. I just wanted to go after positivity at first. A lot of you guys seem to have appreciated that. We will get back to those. I do have plans to make a couple more positive videos. I would also like to make videos of Charlie Kirk debunking the smears that they're making about him. It's absolutely ridiculous. It gets me angry. I put that aside for now. I know there's a couple of other influencers out there that have already done this, that have debunked what they've been talking about with them, but I still feel that it's kind of like my duty to do it as well. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not fooling myself here. I know that in comparison to other content creators, I'm on the micro level, but I still feel like I have a duty to fill, and I plan on going forward with it. As I'm sure some of you are catching on by this point, I'm not willing to let this Charlie Kirk thing go. 10 days has passed now. I feel the temperature has went down a little bit. I'm not saying, hey guys, I want to keep the temperature up there. I know that that's not going to happen, and it's not good for anybody's mental health. Not to use a liberal term, but it's not really good for anybody's mental health. But we cannot let this go. I refuse to let it get swept under the rug. We are going to keep exposing. This is what I've been doing on my channel, guys. You guys who have been with me for a while now know that this is what I've been up to. I'm not your typical liberal tears channel. That's not my goal. If there's laughs along the way, great. But my whole point is to expose their worldview, to expose their mentality, to expose that a good handful of these people are quite dangerous, and they've proved it as of recent. So if you guys are ready to waste your brain cells, give me several more minutes of your life that you're never, ever gonna get back to expose more of what I like to call more or less the demonic side of liberalism. Let's get into it.
He was shot because we don't have food in our fridge. He was shot because our co-workers of color are being incarcerated and sent back to their country for no reason. He was shot because we don't have health care. We are so mad up to the point that we're actually starting to take pew-pews and take them to politicians. And honestly, I do not agree with gun violence at all. I feel like there's other ways that we can have a discussion without having to bring out the pew-pew. But we have tried. We've done peaceful protesting. We've wrote into the government. But no, these red-sided people don't care. So what do you think we're gonna do? The red-colored people are like, he was such a good person. Why did he get shot? If you've seen the video on Twitter, please listen to the last 10 seconds of what he said before he went. And if you, honestly, y'all, he had it coming. I'm so sorry.
I'm a teacher, and until I see the Republican Party give a shit about kids being safe in schools and gun violence in schools and in communities, I don't give a rat's ass about Charlie Kirk being unalive today. I'm sorry. Yes, I do reckon myself to be a damn good person. But Charlie Kirk was taking this country backwards. Now, would I have wished for this to happen? Hell no. But don't ask me to send thoughts and prayers to him and his family when he was promoting hatred and separation and division in this country. I don't give a damn.
I don't know why anybody is shocked that Dean Withers is already out here saying, oh, there's an iBoogie. As I was saying, I don't know how anybody is shocked that Dean Withers is so quick to jump back to the right, because let us remember he was a Republican like 30 seconds ago. And it is not at all surprising that him seeing another white guy influencer dying would trigger him like this, because I will tell you, as a white guy, we are the weakest among us. Sorry, guys, it's the truth. And this is a perfect example why there should be no men in charge for the next 100 years minimum. Can't wait for my comment section to blow up about that, but fight me, I'm ready.
Y'all saying Charlie too much, my bed's starting to float. Y'all saying his name too much. Like, I'm looking, ooh. And someone need to get the wife too. Fuck her. She just as motherfucking trifling. Fuck the wife. Fuck the wife. I'm not even gonna say the name, because if it applies, then get her.
I heard something happened today, but in more important news in my life, Sonic has pretzel twists. And I've been craving a pretzel for some reason. I don't know why. But man, What a good day.
I deadass just watched someone get detained on their way to class on a public college campus because they said fuck Charlie Kirk. I'm sorry, whether or not you find that disrespectful does not matter. A student on their college campus at a public college should not be getting detained when they're just exercising their freedom of speech trying to get to fucking class. Again, whether or not that's disrespectful, freedom of speech. Getting detained at your public college. Fucking crazy.
Okay, shorter clip than I'd normally go with, but it kind of takes me aback, guys. Like, I understand, you know, I like to pick at the libs. I do like to pick at their mentality. You know, they always brag about how smart they are, how educated they are, critical thinking, all that other bullshit. But she's not able to make the comparison here. She is genuinely in shock that a student who's shit-talking Charlie Kirk, and this is the clip. This is the clip I'm assuming. Check this out.
Your homie dead. Fuck your homie dead. Fuck your homie dead. He got shot in the head. Fuck your homie dead.
Yeah, fuck your homie dead. Evil is real, people, and it kind of looks like that. Evil. Evil. Murder is bad. She is evil. Have not said. Why are you being so hateful?
Why are you so hateful? Why are you so hateful? Why are you so hateful? Yeah.
Hey, can somebody tell her to back up?
Can you not put the camera in my face?
I'm sitting here. You walked up to me.
Okay, well,
I don't want this. I said rest in peace.
Okay, and I can
Just leave it alone. Please don't come after
Ma'am,
me.
you've been
I want to be left alone.
I'm not emotional, ma'am. Don't tell me what I am and what I'm not. You can get out of my face because I could tell you what you are, but you won't like it.
You're being aggressive. You're being aggressive.
I'm not being aggressive. My voice is
You are
very
being
calm. You're calling me
aggressive.
aggressive because I'm a black woman.
Not at all.
No, we're not. I'm very
she being
calm right
aggressive?
now.
You bring race into it.
I'm how? Why are you?
Come on now.
Racing at me? I just said I don't want to talk to you.
I just don't want. I don't want.
Now, I have no proof that that's what she's referring to, but that's the only clip that I've seen floating around of a student that was detained on a public college campus for talking poorly and, you know, quite in an evil fashion about Charlie Kirk. So I'm assuming that that's what she's talking about. And she is genuinely in shock that that student was arrested for exercising her free speech, and she doesn't really see anything wrong with it. I mean, look at how emotional she is about it, how in shock she is about it, and she's saying it to the camera. She looked into the camera lens, she hit that record button, and she thinks everybody who's on the other side of the lens is going to understand that shock and anger that she's feeling in that moment, because this college student on public college grounds was arrested for exercising her free speech. But I think it's important for us to remember, because none of us that are sane forgot, but it seems like the liberals sure would like to forget, that Charlie Kirk was on public school grounds, just like that student, exercising his free speech, just like that student, and he was murdered. But she expects us to relate with her and to give a flying shit that this vile creature of a woman who was shit-talking Charlie Kirk and singing song and dance about his death, exercising her free speech, as they like to put it, we're supposed to care that she got arrested. I would think that Charlie Kirk kind of got the shittier end of the stick being on a college campus exercising his free speech. Now, I know you liberals choose to believe that he spoke hateful words. I think it's very important that you guys understand this, because your subconscious mind knows this. It's just the frontal lobe that's having problems, I guess, processing it. There is a massive difference between hate speech and speech you hate to hear. You guys really need to learn that difference.
It's starting to piss me off with this Charlie Kirk shit. When somebody has cancer and they go through chemo and radiation to kill off the cancer in their body and the cancer cells die, we celebrate. They ring the bell. We celebrate the fact that they're in remission. They're cancer free. But now y'all are mourning the loss of one cancer cell. What are y'all going to do when we are in remission? What are y'all going to do when the other cancer cells die? Are y'all going to mourn the fact that we are cancer free? Are y'all going to be sad that the cancer is no longer making the body sick? That the cancer is no longer killing us from the inside out and from the outside in? He was a father. He would have made those children cancer cells. He was a husband. His wife married a cancer cell, which makes her a cancer cell. And the empathy that y'all are extending that he told you was damaging is starting to make me believe that the cancer was so aggressive, it is seeping into your minds and rotting y'all out. Are y'all now cancer cells too?
Thought I would come on here just to say this real quick. I'm sure if you look at my page, you will already know where I stand on this. It's kind of clear based off of everything else that I've talked about. But I don't care what happened to Charlie Kirk. I don't care. I have no empathy for it. I have no sadness for it. He thought gun violence was okay. Oh well. Oh well.
Hey, so would you like to have the conversation now? Now that it's not little children and it's your stupid little white boy that runs around spewing nonsense. Do you want to have the conversation about gun control now? Maybe? Yeah? Something to think about.
Well, now that Charlie Kirk's gone, Miss Candace Owens, I suggest you stay home with your white baby and your white husband and shut the fuck up and stay out of the limelight. Okay? Stay safe out there, girl. You gonna need it.
It's such an easy litmus test, how people responded to what happened yesterday. Because if they are upset, like sad, if they are offering thoughts and prayers, and they're like, oh man, R.I.P. You don't need them. You don't need them. They're mourning a literal fascist. A guy who didn't think that trans people should exist, who hated gay people and minorities and spent every waking moment and every ounce of his energy spreading hatred. I think we saw karma in full effect yesterday. It was something.
So the left is too violent, huh? The left pushes it too far. Why don't you tell that to Donald Trump, who just declared war on the entire left? War! Declared war. But no, we're the violent ones. Do you hear how stupid you people are? Do you really think you aren't the problem? Do you really think you aren't the issue? Asking me to mourn Charlie Kirk's death is like asking someone who's a victim of SA to mourn the person who SA'd them. He's my oppressor. The things he said directly affect my life. He incites violence with his words. And him being gone means a lot less people have a lot less rhetoric to throw at me when they threaten my life while I'm at work or in public or at a movie theater with my family. So no, I don't care. Screw Charlie Kirk. Cry about it. I'm not going to. And if Donald Trump really wants to declare war on all the left, and you guys want to be part of it, buddy, I don't do guns. I like to watch people. I like to watch people and enjoy it, yeah. I like to see the light leave your eyes. Maybe then you'll think. Maybe then you'll consider that you were always the problem. Well, go ahead. Post my video for inciting violence. Why don't you arrest your pedophile president for inciting violence against half the nation? Next time, they better not just hit his ear. Next time, they better move it a little bit more to the right. Because right is right, right?
Okay, to the transgender community out there, it appears like, I feel like every now and then, as if I'm picking at you guys, and I don't really mean to, because I know some of you out there are just living a delusional life, but you're living a delusional life peacefully compared to some of the other people within your community. And I would just like to point out that mentally unstable individuals such as this gentleman right here who thinks he's a woman is a huge part of what puts the spotlight on your community and directs people saying that there's violence that comes out of your community. And this guy here just completely justified, or he justified it for us is what I should say, as to why we have every single right to feel this way. Now, does it mean we feel this way towards all of you? No, not at all. We are actually, believe it or not, guys, if any transgender liberal individuals come across this video, we are actually not all that hateful like we're made out to be. We do believe that you guys are human beings, that you have equal human rights just like us. Now, individuals like this wants to call Charlie Kirk his oppressor. I would love to know, how is he oppressed? How does his speech directly affect this person right here? Well, the way how Charlie Kirk directly affected this guy's life right here is Charlie Kirk spoke words, speech that this guy here hated to hear. And that's called the truth. He told him what reality is. This is what he did on campuses, guys. He would debate people, and it's not like, hey, let me make this person look foolish in front of my crowd. No, he gave everybody an open chance at honest discourse. The problem is nobody can ever prove him wrong. And why is that? Because lies don't beat truth. And then to top it off, this individual is actually dumb enough to think, well, now that Charlie Kirk is gone, that's gonna be a lot less rhetoric that I'm gonna have to hear. And sorry to tell you, buddy, if you haven't noticed, Charlie's voice was just amplified by millions. So then this individual wants to go on talking about, you know, how people are threatening my life at work or when I'm out at the movie theater with my family and all that type of stuff. I'm sure this is what we'd call liberal story time. That's what I'm absolutely assuming. Maybe I'm wrong. For all I know, this person has been threatened, but I'm just assuming, because this is what they all say, that, you know, hateful words and people are threatening me all the time, but we never actually see any evidence of this. And you know what? I would suggest to the transgender community, start keeping your phone more handy and start recording more videos, because the only thing we ever see evidence of is usually the transgender community getting very, I guess you can say, aggressive towards people that are just telling them the truth. We don't usually ever see it the other way around. We don't see people threatening you and all these other stories that they'd like to make up. So if anybody can provide any form of evidence, that would be absolutely great. But until then, we're gonna stick with what our eyes see, not with what we're being told. And on a closing statement, once again, speaking to the entire transgender community, not just this individual right here, the way how he decided to outro, guys, you know, I like to watch the light go out in their eyes. Like, come on, that's not a little creepy, not a little psychotic sounding. Does that not justify why some people are starting to find your community a little bit dangerous?
His body didn't look real in his casket. If they are faking this to try and make him seem like he got resurrected, the more I'm thinking about it, the more like that's not an impossibility. Do you know what I mean? What a fucking crazy world where now I'm actually fucking rationalizing this. They keep trying to call him Jesus. They keep saying he was the Jesus Christ of our time, and that body in his fucking casket, his hand did not look real. I'm not saying there is a conspiracy. I'm probably joking. But fucking what if? What if the left thought they could kill him, but it just made him stronger? What are you gonna do when you wake up tomorrow to a Fox News headline where they're like, he is risen and he has a new message to fucking take out the left? Yeah, he went and saw his dad up in heaven and he came back with some new ideas that I guess he couldn't relay before, but turns out we were right about fucking everything. Every single thing that we've ever talked about, we were just completely right about, and God agrees with us. And Jesus Christ is back to back that up, and I think we can all probably just move on from this.
Guys, just in, Charlie Kirk got shot an hour ago in Utah at like a conference or something. Doesn't matter where he was, he got shot! I'm so happy. Please be dead. Lord, please tell me he's dead. Please don't pull a Trump and let him survive. Please, please, please kill him. Make him die!
I'm me, just writing down the names of my enemies, you know. Donald Trump, Charlie Kirk, the bitch that wanted the nacho fries off the Taco Bell menu. You know, just average things.
So let me get this straight, pro-life MAGA. Because a guy I don't like died, and I don't care, you want me to die? He had a family, bitch, I have a family. I just got online and said, I don't condone it, but I don't give a fuck. And now I should die? Make it make sense. Be consistent.
Y'all don't understand, bro. They got his ass in the neck, dog. They got him in the fucking neck. That shit went everywhere. Bro. I needed some good news today, damn it. And oh my God, thank you. Get these right-wing pundits fucking trying to fuel a race war the fuck out of here. I swear, thank you. Thank you to the old white man who did it. We gotta find your information and put some money on your books.
No one on the right gets to lecture anybody as to how they feel about this, about how they react to this, about what the response is to this. Nobody that continues to support that man gets to lecture anybody. No one.
The best part of this whole goddamn thing is that he is not martyr material, so his death will mean nothing. It will activate no one. It will impact few. It's just great.
You need to look at this from an anthropological perspective and look at human beings more as like a species, an animal. It is not just our ability to feel that separates us from AI, but it is our ability to feel for each other. Empathy. The ability to empathize. And I say that empathy specifically is what makes you human because animals have feelings. For example, I've seen countless videos of like people who have multiple pets, and when one passes away, the other pet will experience depression because of the loss of their buddy. Animals can feel. Humans can empathize. Literally appears in every single major religion as what we call the golden rule. That is your ability to empathize with other people. If you are unable to empathize, if you are incapable of putting yourself in their shoes and seeing how you would want to be treated if you were them, you are lacking a key component of humanity to you. You do not support the betterment of our species. You are an active detriment to our species. And if we were still in hunter-gatherer times, you would have been weeded out as the weakest link in the community. Humans can only survive in a community. People in a community protect one another. They work together. They pool resources and share. And as seen in every other species on this planet that functions in community and not alone, it is typical that if an individual is not contributing their fair share to the community, and or if they are actively harming the community itself and the well-being of all, they are then isolated from the pack and left to die alone. It was literally necessary for the advancement of our species. Now, at some point of the human population growing, we developed wealth accumulation, right? Accumulating wealth means control because you can afford land, you can afford weaponry, or an armada if you wanted. You can afford resources, and then you can control the resources, and thus now you are in a position where you are the person dictating what happens in the community. And here's the fatal problem with that. Having a lack of empathy makes it easier to acquire wealth because you have no problem persecuting others or lying or cheating or stealing or doing whatever you have to do, including unaliving and enslaving people in your community. Because of this, communities lost the ability to weed out the people who do not have empathy and thus are harmful to the community. Not only did they lose the ability to ostracize these people, they became controlled by these people because they were able to accumulate wealth with their lack of empathy for others. And because now the people that are controlling society and ruling it are the people without empathy, we see the emergence of things like white supremacy and the patriarchy. And because of the patriarchy, women were forced to marry and reproduce with people who otherwise would not have been suitable candidates. And that is literally the reason why now, as a human community globally, we are about to have the world's first trillionaire exist, while some people cannot even afford to eat right now. Now, if you are a racist, I'd reckon you didn't stick around this long in the video. But I know that some of you are going to try to make the argument that I don't feel empathy for racists, so that makes me subhuman. And that is not true, because it is my evolutionary and biological responsibility to humans as a whole to not feel empathy towards the people who are harming the overall good of all of us. There is no reasoning or logic on this entire earth that justifies oppressing anybody. You are quite literally trying to compare non-empathy for the detriment of mankind to non-empathy for the betterment of mankind, as if they are the same thing. And I'm not saying that all racists need to die, but I am saying that I am totally okay with you guys going off on your own and starting your own communities outside of the society that I live in, because I don't want you in mine. For every racist that leaves this world, the world becomes a little bit better of a place.
Okay, I'm sorry guys. I know that that was a longer clip and it was a long time to look into those eyes, guys. She didn't have the crazy big bulgy eyes. I mean, her eyes were, big and bulgy, but not in the same kind of psychotic way like most liberals. They just looked like there was nothing behind them. Like there was really nothing in there. The person who posted up this clip, the only two words that they put was lobotomy eyes. And that's exactly what I'm seeing here. She is so monotone. Her eyes are so monotone. Either way, you guys get the point. But I had to play the entirety of that clip because really what I wanted to talk about was about halfway through the clip. But I had to play the entirety of it to actually show that, yeah, by the end of it, you kind of get it. She is speaking about conservatism. She's referring to Charlie Kirk without saying his name. However, his name was hashtagged in her original clip. But what I would like to know is here, because you see, this is kind of a liberal that's proving that she does have some brain power. She's got some thinking capacity. She does have some critical thought process, but it's still so biased where she's not seeing reality. But I can't agree with her on a few points. Pretty much her bottom line. If you are no good for the betterment of mankind, then yes, you should be cut off, weeded out, not left to die, but just the community does not need you. The American civilization does not need poisonous minds. Today is September 20th as I'm recording this right now, and for several days now, not only have we seen liberals jump in front of cameras and say terrible things about Charlie Kirk right away after the situation happened, within an hour. There's people, I seen a video of somebody looking at their ceiling praying to God that Charlie Kirk would not make it. This is when we all thought for that hour that there was a possibility he may live. She was praying to God. What type of sick individual thinks it's okay to pray to God to take away somebody's life? But this is where we're at. This is where we're at together. What I think is being proven is that these two sides are not really going to be able to coexist with each other. We can't really share the same lands, but the thing is, how do we solve this issue? There's no way around it. We are so deeply intertwined together, we have no choice but to live together. But the divide has become so much bigger, and it's become extremely apparent that we have severe mental health issues leaning a lot more in one direction than the other. And not only is it mental health, they are also extremely self-entitled with zero empathy. You notice how much the left loves to talk about empathy, guys? That's all they talk about. That's because people that have psychopathic tendencies don't have emotions, so they virtue signal. They have to pretend that they're empathetic to appear as a good person to others. Within just a few days, right after they were done with all their celebrations about Charlie Kirk, and those are still currently happening, you still have some people that are doubling down about that. We have a lot of liberals now that are jumping in front of cameras and putting out videos trying to memory hole this because they see what's going on. They see the ripple effect. They see that this just made the right side a heck of a lot more powerful, a heck of a lot louder. Their side has gotten a heck of a lot weaker. A lot of people have left. A lot of people have jumped into the church. Some people have left the church, as you've seen in my last video. So what's going on here? We're really leveling out the playing board to see it for what it really is. You're having people that actually do still have some shred of humanity left in them that are waking up and looking at the left and saying, screw this, I don't want to have anything to do with this bullshit. Then you have some people that were in churches that might not have any business being in churches. Because again, when you can stand up and you can leave the church because you're choosing your leftist ideology over your faith, You shouldn't be there anyway, so get the fake Christians out. Do I think what you guys are doing in front of cameras, spreading your messages, do I find it absolutely incorrect, disgusting? Oh, hell yes I do. However, I still encourage you, all you liberals, it's your First Amendment rights. Get in front of cameras, keep spreading your messages, keep hitting that record button, keep doing our job for us, keep giving us the higher ground. Every single time you guys hit that record button, that's one more person that left your party. That's one more person that left your bubble. That's one more person that's truly seeing you for the evil, disgusting creature that you truly are. Because the truth is, there is no reasoning with any of you. You guys will never see the wrongs that you do. You want to say that Charlie Kirk was full of hate speech, but look at what you guys have been doing. Once you guys got past all the dancing and celebration videos, you're right back to memory holding and speaking the same rhetoric. You guys are right back to fascism, racism, Hitler, and dictatorship. You guys are right back to all the same bullshit that causes these type of political violent acts in the first place. But do you guys care? No, you don't. As long as you get your own selfish points across. Despite the fact that you guys are a fringe, loud minority, I think you guys are starting to understand this now. You still don't care. You still want to grab a bullhorn and yell it to the world that you are unhappy and you want life to just go without any rules that affect any of you liberals. You wouldn't mind any rules being at all on conservatism. You just want nothing to do with people that are on the right. If you guys can have your own way with a magic wand and disappear us all in one shot, I don't think you guys would hesitate, not at all. And truthfully, that's a pretty creepy thing to think of, because if it was reversed, if the situation was reversed and we had the option to say, hey, we could just make liberals disappear with the snap of a finger, it'd be tempting, don't get me wrong, but I think we would still rather see if we can make this all work together, because at the end of the day, we're all human beings, but you're giving us nothing to hang on to anymore. That's the difference. This just created a massive, massive wedge between the two sides. And I've always stood there being hopeful. I've always been hopeful, but at this point, I think we're done. I truly do not think left and right could coincide, could coexist on the same landmass. All right, guys, I think we are going to call it quits there. I still have a whole bunch of clips like this, but I still also have a whole bunch of good positive clips as well. I've seen a bunch of stuff floating around on X also with positivity. We have Charlie Kirk's memorial tomorrow. There's going to be positive and negatives that come out of that. We're obviously going to have a lot of positive emotional moments that come out of that, but hey, do you guys doubt that there's going to be protesters there peacefully protesting, disrupting his service? That's going to put an angry ball of fire in my stomach, but we'll wait till tomorrow to see what tomorrow night's video will turn out being. Till then, you guys keep your heads up, stay strong, do not let this situation get swept under the rug, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
Why do you people always want to fucking blame the left when it's always your people? It's always you guys. I'm so fucking sick and tired of it. It's so obnoxious and insane that every time something fucking happens, you people are like, must be the fucking crazy left. The crazy left? The crazy left? The left that's always trying to make you understand that everybody should have rights, everybody should be respected, people should have fucking free will over their own goddamn bodies. Are you fucking for real? You have to be, it has to be a mental illness. It has to be. Like, I know that the fucking right likes to joke about, like, Trump derangement syndrome and how, you know, all these different fucking people on the left are mentally ill. No, it's you guys. You are mentally ill. You're disgusting. You're hateful. And you cannot see who the fuck you are. There is no, it's like a bunch of fucking brainless fucking zombies just walking around repeating what they were told to fucking think and say. Figure your fucking life out. You fucking people scream from the fucking rooftops about how you have the right to do this and small government and no one's gonna fucking tread on me, all your fucking stupid bullshit. But then you literally want to tread on every person who doesn't believe in Christianity, who doesn't want to be in a fucking heterosexual relationship, who isn't white. It's crazy! You fucking talk about all these fucking freedoms and all this shit that you believe, and then literally just go directly against it when it's someone that you disagree with. That shit is mind-blowing to me. Don't you fucking dare call yourself a goddamn patriot when you want to take freedom and rights away from people just because they're not like you. You sick fucks.